Hi, welcome back to the Calm and Cozy Classroom. Today I was planning to make a video of my office space makeover, as I mentioned in previous video. However, if you notice over here, there's a big piece of brown furniture behind the piano, and that is an armoire that we have been trying to sell. And I'm kind of waiting for that piece to be out of the space so I can arrange things the way that I want and have a efficient flow, if you will. So until that gets gone, I was planning to postpone, but if it is not gone by the time I'm ready for my next video, then I will go ahead and just kind of organize my room around it. So instead, today I am going to show you some things that I found at the Target dollar spot. I also have been doing a little bit of prep for when school starts, so I will share those things with you now. Okay, so something that I have been wanting to do for, I don't know, probably at least 3 years is create a teacher toolbox. So every time I was looking for the one that I really wanted, I could not find it online. They were always sold out, or if I did find it, it was much more expensive than I wanted. So I decided I was just going to find a different one and go with it. So I actually found this one on Amazon, and it was $18. It has 26 drawers, 3 bigger ones on one side, 3 on the other, and then 20 smaller ones. And these labels I created on my own. There are many labels on Teachers Pay Teachers, but none of them were exactly what I wanted, at least not for free and not for what I wanted to find. So I actually did download one of them from Teachers Pay Teachers, but I cleared everything out of it and I just used the size because it did have the correct size, so that way I didn't have to measure. But I took everything out. I used fonts that I had and found some pictures like clip art and just created this myself. And I did actually put it on my Teachers Pay Teacher store for free, and that's under the Calm and Cozy Classroom on TPT if you want it. I do have an editable version, but you will have to use your own fonts. I did list the fonts that I used. And I also have it in PDF, so if you like it and you want it, you could just get it as is. And I used my Cricut to put my name across the top. My only thing about this that I haven't, well, I guess the only thing I don't like so far is that when it comes to pins, they don't really fit that well in there. You have to put them at an angle, so even though I should be able to store more pins than I can, because of that, the angle is not good. So I also, for the past 3 years, have been using this as a teacher toolbox since I didn't have one. And here's the top. Teaching is my jam, but it is a 3 drawer. And so what I did is I just went ahead and divided up what I wanted, and I also created these labels. I just measured it and made it, and that is also a part of the other thing on TPT. But I'm really looking forward to having both of these just so that I'm more organized. I can find things I need quickly. I know a lot of things are going to be going, don't mind Penny passing by, a lot of things are going to be going more digital, which I already do a lot of digital things anyway, but I still think it's nice to be able to access teacher supplies. Okay, so I went to Marshall's and I found these small little containers. It came with gray, purple, this really pretty blue color, and pink, and some are squares and some are circles. And so I just went ahead and put up to number 16. Right now I'm only supposed to have 14 students, but I just went ahead and made a few extra, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to use these for. They're really small but easy to use, and now their numbers are on there, so I'll be able to find who they belong to. But the purpose of those is I bought a bunch of tiny erasers at the Target dollar spot, and they were $1. and in each little bag you get 60. So I'm planning to give every student 20, so they'll be able to use that for counting. So, and because I'm teaching first grade, so one-to-one correspondence counting, adding, subtracting, using them in 10 frames, all the different kinds of ways that you might use these. So I have, these are popsicles, different colors, pizza and french fries, different color pencils, unicorns and rainbows, dinosaurs, and I thought these were really cute, just different color shapes. Each color is a different shape, so I really liked that as well. Also in the Target dollar spot, I found this modeling clay of 2 different colors. Might not need that much, but we'll see. There are, let me see, 16 in each one of these, and they were $3. So I haven't used this modeling clay. It does say it could stain clothing or furniture, so that could be a problem, but I like to have like sensory things for children to use when they are feeling sad or upset or frustrated. And so I thought it'd be nice for each child to have one of these to go to like my reflection area so they could use it, but I don't know if that will work since I can't supervise them there. So we may just use it for a project one day. I don't know, but for $3 for 16 in each, I just thought that's a good deal. I should do it. Okay, and I did buy these really cute, I don't have them in here, these really cute boho looking baskets, but I actually didn't buy those for school. I bought those for home, but maybe I'll show them to you in a different video. I have gray and like a creamy white color. But something else I wanted to share with you, I shared these pouches in previous videos, and so I finally got to, and this is just an example of a few, so I was laminating letters and cutting them out, and so now I have each student's bag prepared. So I also used my Cricut to create a vinyl to put in here. So if you open it, and in here it has like this clear plastic, kind of reminds me of the way a float or pool plastic would feel. And I was really concerned about how I was going to get these in here without a lot of space, the numbers, but it actually was much easier than I thought. I had originally planned to reverse the image or mirror it so I could put it in the big part, but these turned out really cute. And it was much easier than I thought. It was a little time consuming, but it was easier. So now if I randomly see one of these on the floor, I can just do a little shake and see what number it is, and that way I know exactly who it goes to. So the other thing I wanted to do to wrap up this video is just give a little bit of an update on school reopening. So I had a meeting today with a leadership team. I was on the leadership team last year, and I moved from 2nd grade to 1st grade this year, and so I'm not the leader for the 1st grade team, but she was out of town, so I was filling in for her today. And something that they talked about that we are going to be doing is before school starts, we need to have 3 weeks worth of online and in-person lesson plans that are pretty generic, that could be used anytime throughout the year, because if you end up testing positive for COVID, you have to have 2 negative tests before they're going to let you come back in my district. And also, just because you're out, your students may or may not be out. It just, I guess, kind of depends on the circumstances. So that way you have lessons plans ready to go and made out. We are going to make them as a team, so at least that will be helpful. It won't be one person creating the lesson plans for everything for 3 weeks. So we are going to do that as a team, and I'm super excited to be on my new team because they are very proactive and ready to get it done. So we're actually going to knock that out this week, which is great, because next week we have some trainings and we are supposed to be able to start setting up our classroom. As I've mentioned before, we are getting we are going into a brand new building, so it's going to be brand new for everyone. And we were supposed to be able to move in starting on Monday. And the classroom wings and our hallways or sections, whatever you want to call it, are pretty much done, I heard. But like, there's still the gym, the media center, the cafeteria. So a lot of the big spaces are not complete yet. Now, given students will probably not be in those spaces that much, at least not at the beginning of the year, but because of that, we are not able to occupy the building until it is all in a safe place. So they pushed it back to Wednesday, which I'm secretly happy about because I have a training for Schoology. I don't know if you have seen or ever used Schoology. We used it last year for the first time and did not get a whole lot of training on it. We were just kind of easing into it. And then of course, when COVID-19 happened, we had to go virtual and we had to kind of become experts right away. So we are having 3 people from each school be really trained on it, and then we will just be the support for our school in the capacity that we're able to. So I'm actually really excited and honored to be chosen to be an expert for my school. I did really well with Schoology when we went out. I just played with it for a day or two and I'm like, okay, wow. And you could see all the things that you could do. But I know that there is plenty more that I can learn. But all that being said, basically next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I have virtual trainings from 8 to 12. And I live about 30 to 40 minutes from my school. If there's no traffic, I can get there in 30, but normally it's more like a 45-minute commute for me. But I was feeling like, man, I'm going to be missing out so much time because by the time I could get over to school after training, after like having lunch and everything, it would be kind of late. But now that's been pushed back, so kind of is a bummer for people who didn't have to have a training, but there are other trainings going on virtually on Monday and Tuesday also. So I don't know how many people have to go, but it shouldn't be that big of a deal. So possibly we'll get to move in on Wednesday and get stuff set up, but it may be pushed even further. But I'm very eager and excited to get into this building and take a tour and see what it looks like. We also learned today that when we go to recess outside, we'll have to spray down the high used parts of the playground, and there has to be like a big time, like I think maybe it's 15 minutes before someone else could come out and play. So I think because we have it so spaced out, we're going to have a schedule where we get one time per week to go to the playground. Now we still get to have recess every day. We can do stuff in our classroom, of course, like go noodle or maybe computer games, or possibly, you know, students working by themselves on a game, like some of the stuff I showed before, my play food, my Legos, they'll have to do that individually. And there are also some other spots that will be designated as kind of a plan B in our building if we just need to go. We were also told we could go outside and take some walks with our students and just get some fresh air and have a moment to be spaced out and take our masks off. But I'm definitely feeling like a lot is coming up, and I am definitely eager to just kind of get started. I don't know what will happen in the long term. Don't know how long. I know that the numbers and the cases are rising, so I don't know how long we'll actually get to be in person. But we are going to do virtual sneak peeks, which I think will be really cool and I'm pretty excited about. We're going to pre-record those and then we're going to send them out. We're going to send home a little like postcard, if you will, with a QR code so parents can just click and get right to the link and watch it. And we're going to do Zoom, like after they watch the video on another day, we'll have where you can log on and ask the teacher questions. So that part makes me a little bit anxious because I'm afraid I'm going to get asked questions that I don't have an answer for, but I think a lot of educators feel that way right now. But I thank you for joining me today, and I hope that you will come back and see my office reveal for my next video. Bye.